There are just too many commercial loan brokers that don't have a damn clue of what they're doing. All we're trying to do here is better the industry for everybody. At the end of the day, you can make great money in this industry, but in the end, it's all about helping people. You know, people always say, Chris, how can I be a successful broker? It's two words, hard work and dedication. If you don't like talking to people, you probably shouldn't be in this business. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Entrepreneurs in Finance. My name is Chris Roglieri, President and CEO of various organizations, Commercial Capital Training Group, Prime Commercial Lending, and also Chairman of NACLB, National Alliance of Commercial Loan Brokers. And this is a very special episode, very time sensitive, because we have another conference coming up, our 7th annual conference at the NACLB. It's going to be in Las Vegas, October 26th to the 28th at Caesars Palace. We locked in a 2-year deal, so we're there this year and next year. But I am very, very excited to have some of the important people here that play very important roles and help organize and run NACLB. And we're going to talk about what's in store for this year's conference and why you cannot afford to miss this. Okay. So with that in mind, let me just quickly go around the room and you can get a taste for everybody behind the scenes, the important players that help run NACLB each and every year. Ladies first, to my left here is Jenna Hansen. Hey, Jenna.
Hey, Chris. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming on. You want to explain a little about your role in the organization?
Sure. So I work alongside our team to spearhead the planning of the conference. So organizing breakout sessions, getting the marketing going, working with Scott on securing a keynote speaker if he needs assistance with that. Really just anything to do with the basic structure of the conference.
Great. Okay. All right. And you've been with us, probably people in the room, the longest, right? I mean, how many years have you been involved with NACLB?
This will be my 6th year.
Sixth year. Okay.
Christina started not long after me. So we've been here about this.
So you only missed 1 year.
I did.
This is our 7th annual.
Year. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. Probably good that you did miss it. You know, it wasn't as organized as it is now.
That's okay. We've come a long way.
We have.
Since I've been here. So
we have. All right. Next in line, Christina Green. You want to explain your welcome and explain your role?
Hey everyone, I'm Christina Green. I'm our other co-conference coordinator. So my role with the conference is to handle all of the logistics and procurement for the conference and kind of the on-site magic of just making sure everything's going smoothly and, going off without a hitch and just making sure everything's running smooth as I like it.
All right. Well, thank you, Christina. And last but not least, Scotty D. Ubernissus.
Thank you, Chris.
Hey, Scott.
My role with the organization is the director of organization. I'm in charge of bringing on new sponsors as well as brokers. And quite honestly, they just needed a pretty face. That's why I'm here.
That's why we got Scott.
But that's what I do. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody this year out at the conference. And we'll talk a little bit more about the benefits today so you guys can really wrap your arms around it. And
all right.
Why you should attend.
Well, and those of you that are watching this, that are familiar and are conference veterans, if you will, you guys get it, you understand it. That's why you're back each and every year, both sponsors and brokers. But for everybody else that has never attended our conference, let me just say a few things. So, we are the largest gathering of commercial loan brokers in the country by far. And the numbers don't lie. 2019, we started, this is our 7th annual, but each year we almost double our growth by attendance. I think our highest attendance, right, folks, was in 2019. I think we had over 1,000 attendees. I want to say it was almost 1,100. I don't have the exact number on hand, but and then 2020 we had to adapt like everybody.
Yep.
We went virtual. Our numbers were, I want to say 600-ish, maybe 650, but it was virtual. And so we still try to continue on the best we could of the, learning opportunities that we've been grown to be known for. And I think we did that pretty successfully. But this year, right, our theme this year, right, Scott, is we're coming back swinging. We're coming back swinging, and we are live. I mean, it's in person, and we look forward to shaking hands, looking people in the eye, and seeing all the familiar faces. But so, our conference really has grown to be unlike any other. I mean, our conference essentially has changed the way other conferences are held and themes of other conferences. And I'll say that, I'll say that with 100% confidence and certainty. I mean, to the point where some other organizations that are not as well attended out there has kind of copied or changed their focus to be more diversified. So we were the first ever to be what you call a diversified commercial loan broker conference. And those of you brokers that are out there or lenders, what does that mean? That means having a conference that really caters to all different levels of commercial lending. So when you go there, you're going to see SBA lending sources, merchant cash advance, asset-based lending, factoring, equipment financing, commercial real estate financing, all different pockets of commercial real estate lending, because the brokers that attend want to be diversified. They want to learn other products so they can incorporate it into their model or expand more lenders and the niche that they do play in. So people thought I was crazy 7 years ago, and here we are, the largest gathering of commercial loan brokers after 7 years. We're going to talk more about the benefits of why you should attend from a broker and or sponsor / lender perspective. So let's start with brokers, the broker perspective. I'll start with you, Scott. I mean, what do you think one of the main benefits are for a broker to attend NACLB this year? And maybe we'll start that off with how much does it cost?
Right. So as a broker, the cost for coming to the conference is $4.99.
Right.
Right. It's relatively low cost compared to what you get. If you're a broker thinking about attending or if you've not attended before, I think
let me just say it's $4.99 for the year.
$4.99.
So it's not, that's just for the conference, but then you get all the benefits for the following year. Yeah.
$4.99 for the year. So there's a couple of things that really stand out to me. One is the diversification of our lender portfolio. Chris said it before, we're the one and the only that has such a diverse lender group that it makes it virtually possible to do every deal that hits your desk. One of the other things that kind of stands out to me, well, there's two other things: the education that goes on at the conference, and the third thing that really stands out, which we get a huge audience on and a lot of great responses, is the NACLB webinar series. For those that don't know what the NACLB webinar series is I host a webinar every Tuesday. I have 2 lenders on every Tuesday up to the conference. We continually educate our guys as to what's going on in the marketplace with our diverse lender group. And more importantly, this year more so than last, is a lot of these lenders are talking about how to adapt to what happened in 2020. So we're really excited. And those are the top 3 that really come to my mind as far as standouts for brokers that want to attend or have attended in the past.
Right. No, that's a great point. Diversification is key. I think brokers have to look at it as, look, if you want to earn more money after this conference, this is the best way to do it. Or if you want to earn more money in 2022, this is absolutely the best way to do it, because now you have the opportunity to capture deal flow or do deals that you wouldn't know how to do or have the sources to do it with, because there's such a broad lending audience that or sponsors or lenders that attend. Jenna, from your standpoint, you help coordinate it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what you see when you're there and you see brokers networking. Tell us from your experience, what are some main benefits other than what Scott already said?
Sure. So I would say some of the main benefits are getting to network with, previous brokers, learn from brokers who are, most successful in the industry. Not only that, there is something that can be said about the power of networking. And that is so crucial. One of the, first things that I like to tell brokers when they're like, what can I do like outside of marketing? I love to tell them network, network, network. So this is a great way to network with lenders, network with other brokers. You might be able to, talk to a broker. They might not be, skilled in one form of lending and you might be skilled in that one. So you guys can work on things together. That I think is a huge benefit. I don't know. Education, I would say, is like the biggest benefit for me. And, of course, maybe fine tuning some skills you already have. We do have breakout sessions that will be, geared a little bit more towards brokers who might already have some skills developed and are just looking to sharpen certain things.
Sure.
You know, and I think this will be really great too. We have a couple of sessions that are going to talk about how to work with lenders,
Mm-hmm.
like what to do, what not to do, I think is really important.
About broker etiquette. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
to, just kind of review. So I think that's really important. And, as you had mentioned before, the cost is for the whole year. So, once you come to the conference, there's just ongoing things that you have access to, including the Dealmaker magazine, which provides tons of education beyond the conference, in addition to Scott's,
Right. So one of the things our
webinars.
the NACLB has developed is the first ever trade publication
Right.
for today's modern commercial loan broker, and that is a benefit. Other associations out there will charge you an association fee plus you got to attend the conference. Ours is just one fee, one low time fee, and you get it all. So thank you for mentioning that about the deal maker, which everybody that attends gets a copy of
Right.
throughout the year.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Christina, from your standpoint, you're a co-organizer. You organize it. You get into the nitty gritty of preparing each and every year. But when you're there, you've been there for several years now. What are some of the things you see that you would pass advice along to brokers thinking about coming this year?
Sure. So I think definitely something to keep in mind is when you are going to this event, you are meeting a lot of different lenders who you didn't have access to before, you didn't have a relationship with before. But I think something cool to keep in mind is, this is a great place to maybe find your niche and what you want to do and
Mm.
maybe make the connection with a lender who you really hit it off with, who also supports what your thoughts are of what you would like to do more nitty gritty. Um, so throughout the conference too, we do have a couple of breakout sessions called Finding Your Niche in the Industry. So that might also be able to help you, nail down and lock down what you're looking to focus on more in depth. And you might find that lender to support that going forward as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, and also a point is, it's one thing just contacting a lender, or maybe filling out a form to try to get in with them, but you could actually like drink a beer with these guys
Right.
or girls.
Right.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
And that's one important factor that that highlights everything all of you said is our conference is really a different feel. It really is. It's not the same old run of the mill, shake a hand, hey, how you doing? I mean, I like to think we're a very hip, upbeat organization. You're not only going to have the best networking opportunities, whether you're a lender or broker, but you're going to have, I think, the most fun, right?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
grown to be a very hip, fun organization. I think based on feedback every year, right, Jenna? I mean, people tell you how
Yeah.
much fun they have.
Yeah.
Sometimes too much fun.
No, I know. Sometimes, like when we're headed to Vegas, if like a flight attendant's like business or pleasure, I'm kind of like both
Both.
because it is fun. But I think, one thing about the NACLB that I love is it is like a work hard, play hard energy.
Mhm.
So during the day, everyone is interested in networking and going to breakout sessions and learning everything. And then, they attend a happy hour and they're still networking, but they're just doing it with a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I didn't really consider to mention before, mostly because it's kind of cheesy sounding, but like the energy at the conference
Right.
is great.
Energy is
Everyone
huge.
is excited. They're ready to, go into the new year like they're revamped, revitalized. So,
And this year, I think is very energized because
Yeah.
people are looking to get out and get back to normal life.
right.
You know what I
People are
mean?
going to be excited to
Mhm.
just go out and see everyone again or see new people again.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. People are going to be excited just to get out and go to a place. And, this will be the first year we've had it on the strip, which I'm a little worried about, right? Because I don't
People
want,
better show up.
yeah.
Danger just outside the door.
Yeah.
We've had it off the strip for a reason, but
Yeah.
who knows? This year, just people just want to get out, and
Yeah.
I think we're excited for it. We're coming back swinging. Scott, you want to mention who the headliner is this year? The keynote?
I would be happy to.
Yeah.
So, it's just to follow up on Chris's, we're coming back swinging. We thought it would be very appropriate to sign up Sugar Ray Leonard as our keynote speaker this year. As you know, he was a Golden Gloves champ, Olympic gold medalist, as well as a world champ. All those things prepared him to be an entrepreneur later in life, and he is quite an entrepreneur in his own right. So we're really excited to see how he's going to talk about his early days of fighting and training and how it transitioned into him being a great entrepreneur and the businesses that he has now. So we are back swinging, folks.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. One of the things I'm excited about is to watch everyone walk out of the general session room after the keynote, because that's one thing that I really loved.
Yeah.
In 2019, we had Robert O'Neill, and when everyone came out, people were like happy crying
Yeah.
and like excited and like ready for life. So last year we had Joe Theismann, who
Mhm.
was really, really great. But I miss seeing like people pour out of the room being like,
Because we did it
"Oh,
virtually.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You know, pour out of the room and just be like, wow, like I'm ready
Right.
to go to the next session. I'm ready to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that, well, I am confident that with Sugar Ray Leonard, we'll have that same thing, and, people be ready and energized to go into 2021 and hopefully 2022 as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, just to kind of recap from a broker's perspective, you're going to meet more lenders than at any other conference you're going to go to. And you're going to meet more lenders that are different types of lenders and all those sectors of lending, which is a huge benefit. You're going to walk away with meeting other brokers in the industry and learning from other successful brokers. And that's the other thing. Part of our general session panels, we have one panel where it's, what is the title? Learn from successful brokers, I believe.
Yep. And we have a couple breakout sessions.
And a couple breakout sessions, but you get to, these are guys that are earning millions of dollars in revenue, that are just like yourself, but maybe more established. And so you get a chance to pick people's brains about what's working, what's not working. What are you seeing happening? What trends you see happening? What marketing trends are working for you? And that to me is invaluable, of being around like-minded individuals, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of brokers. And number three, come away with what to do in 2022. We're going to identify trends. Lenders are going to talk about trends, and you'll be better able to set yourself up for success for the next 12 months. I guess I should mention before I segue over, if brokers want to register, where do they go, guys?
They're going to need to just go to naclb.org.
Right.
So
naclb.org, and
There's
you're going
a big button that says register now.
register now, and you can
Yep.
register and take care of everything and book your hotel room, because things are going to sell up fast for sure. I can tell you that this year with the pent up energy. Let's segue into lenders. Does that sound good? We could segue into lenders of why should you be at this conference. We have 110 tables available, so why should you be at this conference? Now, for a lender, or service provider at that, there's two ways to attend, right? You can just pay, I believe, what is it, $7.99 or
$7.99?
Yeah, $7.99, and you could just attend. But I don't know why you would do that. I mean, it's fine to do that, but I don't know why, because you're not going to be able to get the list, right?
Correct.
right.
You could network with people, but you're not going to get the full list of hundreds and hundreds of commercial loan brokers that you would have access to, which is what leads me over to why should you sponsor, meaning why should you get a table at NACLB, which, mind you, we're way over 50% of being sold already.
Mhm.
So I think we have a couple dozen tables left. Why should somebody be interested in sponsoring this conference, Scott? Because you're the point person on that, talking to new lenders coming on board.
Well,
I
always tell new lenders the best reason to be a sponsor is you get to spend 3 days in Vegas with me. Then I tell them deal flow, deal flow, deal flow. No, just to and the best thing for a lender is, if you rely on brokers for business, there's no better place to be than the biggest conference in the marketplace that can deliver 1,000 brokers to your front doorstep that you can network with over 3 days. No other place that can do that. And again, just like brokers, for lenders, it's one fee for the whole year, which means you get to take part in the NACLB webinar series. You get to be part of the Deal Maker. You get to be part of the Deal Maker newsletter. There's so many things that we can do to give you exposure to these brokers that is going to line up deal flow to your door. And these guys have deal flow. Last year, we always do the first deal with a term sheet every year. We offer first, right? And we offer a prize for that. The first deal was one of our lenders issued a term sheet for $750,000 to one of our brokers the opening day. And that was funded on the following Monday. So
it's important to know that. Yeah. I mean,
it's huge.
The reason the vibe's different these brokers come here with deals,
Mhm.
packages of
Yep.
deals. So it's not a, hey, how are you? How's the year been? It's like, look, how are
We
you?
got a deal.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you. I have a load of deals specifically for your program. So, it's a really a deal making conference. And I always like to tout, I should say, is, in years gone by, we've averaged, as a result of, we dig surveys. Remember these
Yeah.
surveys, folks?
Mhm.
Out of meeting these lenders, we ask brokers or ask lenders, how many new deals have you originated? And it's in the millions,
Oh yeah.
millions
Huge
for
number.
for each lender,
Mhm.
of originations that come from just meeting new brokers at our conference.
Right. And I guess the biggest thing too is just look at our track record. 98% of our sponsors sign up year over year.
Right.
Mhm.
That's a huge number. I mean, we've been doing this for 7 years. That's a huge number of retention that we have with sponsors simply because we can deliver the product they need. That is brokers with deals that they can fund. So it's just it's an amazing thing. And for me, I kind of work on both sides of the fence here. Prior to coming joining Chris' organization, I was a sponsor that was at the NACLB.
Right.
So every year, I do it on the asset-based lending side, and it grew our business tenfold. Then I had the opportunity to come work for the NACLB. Now I get to explain that what it used to do for me as a sponsor, what it can do for you now. And I understand both sides of the fence for a broker too, being apprehensive, wanting to join, but sharing with them also my experiences with brokers that I've had that have come to the conference. So I'm in a unique position. I'm really excited about being able to explain what I did before and how it benefited me and how it can benefit you also. But guys, if you rely on brokers for deal flow, this is the place to be.
You got to be there. And so I think all of our, I wanted, maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, Scott, but as of today, right? What's today's date? People,
July 5th.
July
6th.
6th,
I think it's the
Yeah.
5th.
July 6th,
Yeah.
right? 2021. I want to say so we have all different levels of sponsorships.
Mhm.
The only ones we have left are the table. I mean, I guess our basic one, which
Silver.
are silver sponsorships.
Correct.
Everything else has been spoken for.
Mhm.
But you want to just recap again what comes with a silver sponsorship, and
So-
maybe do you want to take that, or Jenna wants to take that?
Do you guys want to? It's up.
I can take it.
Go ahead, Jen.
That's
It's all
fine.
you.
Because Jenna's real technical on.
She is.
She always slaps us on the hand when we forget to say a benefit. So.
Well-
I know I get a hand slap. That's why I passed.
Well, clear communication is important. Setting expectations is important. So I'm happy to do that. So the silver sponsorship comes with, of course, a table in our exhibit hall, 2 attendees, and the opportunity to get the list once the conference is done, and then pre, during, and post marketing for your business. So
Right.
your logo on the website, your logo will be on all of our signage. It will be in all of our emails. It will be, excuse me, I shouldn't say all of our emails, because sometimes we do rolling emails where we
Right.
switch up who's on it when. So it'll be featured in emails, and you get a certain size ad in our program that allows you to kind of let brokers know quickly what you're about, include your table number, all of that. So that is what is technically included in the silver sponsorship.
And they get to do a webinar
Correct.
for
Correct.
12 months.
Mhm.
Yep.
And to stay in front of our guys, right, Scott?
Yeah,
Because you run that
exactly.
program. So
Yes, I do.
it's not the last time they're going to be exposed. You're at a table, you get to shake hands, meet people, then market to all the attendees of the conference, brokers, then continue to market via webinar
Mhm.
through our list. And what the reason that's important, I think, is because every month we get new brokers that join the association.
Right.
Correct.
Yep.
And so that's a chance for people who've sponsored to get in front of these new brokers each and every month.
Mhm.
We get, on average, we get about 20 new brokers a month that literally join every month. So for someone that attended in October, come, let's say March or April of 2022, they're always in front of these new brokers that join, which is a huge
Correct.
value
It is.
proposition.
It is. And the other part too is, I mean, you get the list, the attendee list, and as a sponsor, you can market to these guys all year long on your
Right.
own.
Right.
Plus, you had a benefit of what else you get with the NACLB, but there's
Right.
plenty of opportunity to stay in front of these folks, and there's plenty of opportunity for us to keep you in front of these.
And so what's the price again for a silver sponsorship?
Silver sponsorship is $5,500. That'll get you all the benefits that Jenna mentioned, as well as the NACLB webinar, as well as, and again, as a sponsor, you can also take part in the Deal Maker and, do content for the Deal Maker or take part in the Deal Maker newsletter that, by the way, comes out each week. So if you are recently closed deals, you can use the newsletter. A recently new hire, you can use the newsletter. More importantly, any market information, you may use a newsletter. So there's plenty of opportunity to stay in front of our commercial loan brokers during the course of the year and really, really drive your brand home hard as far as what you do and how you do it.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, Scott. So that's a great, great couple of points that you mentioned. And I just, since we're talking about sponsorships, I do want to mention our first ever co-host sponsorship this year. Our largest sponsor, our largest sponsorship is when we're proud to co-host this with Lima One Capital. Lima One Capital is one of the nation's leaders in commercial real estate financing, specifically in the fix and flip realm. Heard nothing but great things with brokers that have worked with them. They're very easy to work with. They pay great commissions. And the bottom line is they get deals done in that arena and they close deals. So the success they've had with our organization, which they've been at our conference for, I think, 4 or 5 years in a row now. When we came out with our co-host sponsorship, which is our largest one, they were first to grab it. And so big thank you to Lima One for supporting our conference this year with the co-host sponsorship. And those of you that are thinking of coming, they're a great organization to partner up with, because you can send a lot of deals there and they'll close a lot of deals. So thank you to them. And also thank you to all our sponsors that support us and on any level that they purchase. Without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you. With that being said, I do want to tap into you, Jennifer, for a minute, because you just recently went out there and you did a pre-conference visit just to check up and make sure people are still there, right?
Yeah. There were a lot of people there. Yeah. I was surprised. Yeah. Wide open
with COVID. But fresh off the details here, coming back from Vegas last week, want to give us an update on what the site looks like, and encouraging what the whole vibe is in Vegas if people haven't been there yet?
Yeah, sure. So Caesar's Palace is wonderful. It's huge and it has everything you need in it. So I know we were talking earlier, a little bit of concerns about doing it on the Strip. I'm not sure how anyone would want to venture outside of Caesar's to go anywhere. I mean, there is a Tiffany's there. Yeah. There's like a Fendi's there. So, and there's like options for gambling, great restaurants. So there's really no need to go outside of Caesar's.
Right.
So it's wonderful. One of the things I'm most looking forward to is the setup of our conference this year is really different from what we've experienced. It's actually 2 levels. So I felt like, oh, look, Ma, we made it. We've got, our breakout sessions all on one level, and you take an escalator up to go to the conference hall and the exhibit hall and to register. So we're really looking forward to that. And the exhibit hall is beautiful. It's going to have a lot of great space for our exhibitors. So we're looking forward to that as well. The best thing for me is in past years, sometimes the breakout session rooms have been a little broken up and sometimes can be a little hard to find what you're looking for. This year, they're all literally right in a row. So that will be really nice for our group to be able to navigate well. The other thing that I enjoy is it's all kind of in one area. And from my understanding, they're going to book our rooms in the Palace Tower, which is right next to, or on top of, I guess you should say, the conference hall. So you literally just take the elevator down to the promenade level and you're right where you need to be. Otherwise, Caesar's is kind of big. When I was there, I did spend one night on the other side and I had to trek. So I think it'll be great for, our attendees. It's all kind of in the same tower, but different levels. So that was exciting. We did take a look at the different pool areas where our cocktail hour and our poker tournament is going to be held. It's going to be at Neptune Pool. And that's where the happy hour that is sponsored by Credit Bench is going to be. And then our poker tournament that is sponsored by FinTap is also going to be there. It's a beautiful area. When we were there, I think in 2019, they were repairing like a pool bar, like a swim up bar, and that's been fixed. So that'll be really great for
Nice.
anyone who wants to come early or stay late to spend a couple days. They can spend time there. So I'm looking forward to that. And then what else was really beautiful is that we're hosting the balcony of our opening cocktail reception that is sponsored by Smart Biz Loans on the Omnia balcony. So Omnia is a nightclub inside of Caesar's Palace. So you'll have to go through Omnia to get there, but the balcony overlooks the strip.
Mhm.
So you have a great view. It'll be a great vibe for, entertaining and getting all the Las Vegas vibes without having to leave Caesars. So I'm looking forward to that. And I just think it's a really great location, super bustling, very busy. It was exciting to see people out because, you go some places and it's still kind of, dead, but
Right.
not there. It's live. They're ready for everyone. They're excited to have everyone, for our event. And they did just recently do a large conference for a different industry. And so I'm looking forward to that because that means they were able to work out all their kinks.
Yeah.
For us.
Well, I like the fact that it's in October because they could work out
Right.
some of the
Mhm.
kinks.
Yeah.
October's conference mega month, if you will, for everybody, and
Yeah.
so
But they were able to ensure that all that stuff's gonna be good. So I'm looking forward to the happy hours and everything like that.
good. All right. Well, anybody else have any last minute comments that they'd like anybody to know about NACLB? Christina?
Just looking forward to seeing everyone again and making new connections with new lenders and our returning lenders and our brokers. We're just excited to have everyone back under one roof together. And I'm also quite honestly excited for In-N-Out Burger while we're out there. So.
Yes. That is
No,
true.
but we're all so excited to have everyone together and to see all of our work and all of our sponsors and everything just come together and happen again.
Yeah. It's been 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Jenna, did you want to say
You
something
know
else?
what we discovered while we were there for our site visit that was exciting for me, even though I'm not a martini person, is just across the street, there's a candy martini bar.
Mm.
And they sell these like giant martinis that are candy oriented. And I know it sounds really cheesy, but they were so good. And one of us got like a Reese's peanut butter cup one of us got like
Wow.
a pink flamingo summery one.
That was Alex, wasn't it?
No, that was me. And then Pam, who's not here with us right now, she helps us with a lot of the hotel stuff, and she's our great badge crusader, I guess you could say. She got like a whiskey roller, and that
Oh,
was
cool.
like
Oh.
had like Coke and whiskey, and then like these little whiskey gummy bears in it. So it was really cool. So
That's cool.
maybe if someone has downtime, check out the candy martini bar.
All right.
Nice.
Good advice, Scott.
Yeah.
Excited to have everybody back. As I mentioned earlier, I talk to lenders all the time and brokers, and just the excitement to hearing these guys' voices about getting back and actually networking with human beings instead of using Zoom or being on the phone. It's going to be a lot of crazy energy that Jenna had used that analogy before, but there's going to be nothing like it because it's just been so long since we've been able to get together, and we're more excited about bringing a product to the market that is just going to kick ass.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
Yeah, I know for myself, I'm wicked excited. I mean, this will be, I think there's going to be a more perfect time for this to happen to get back into business as we all have known business to be, which isn't, which will be October. So I think it'll be a great time. And I think the fact that we are more than halfway sold out of tables it speaks volumes. So if you're thinking about getting a table, you want to get a table, you better match it up quick because we'll probably sell out here in the next month or two. And for brokers, I mean, man, I know some of you have gotten beat up out there with the products that you currently offer, and this is a great chance to kind of recalibrate, get equipped with all the trends that are going to be happening moving into 2022, learn from other successful brokers, and essentially gain as much knowledge as possible to further your career and your business model. So I'm excited for for everybody to come back. So with that being said, thank you all. I appreciate each and every one of you, the work you put in to make this conference a successful one. And certainly this is going to be our most successful one to date here. So with that being said, hope to see everybody there. Again, if you want more information, you can go to naclb.org, naclb.org. You'll see a big button there that says register now. If you have sponsorship questions, you could always, there's a tab there to click on interested sponsorships, or you could just call in here and speak to Scott. And he could answer all your questions, take as much time as you need him to explain all the benefits of becoming part of NACLB, both from a broker and lender perspective. So with that being said, carry on. Hopefully everybody has a good couple of successful months leading up to the conference, and we'll hope to see you there. And if you're not there, you'll certainly hear about it. Right. So thank you, guys.
Thanks, all.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. There are just too many commercial loan brokers that don't have a damn clue of what they're doing. All we're trying to do here is better the industry for everybody. At the end of the day, you can make great money in this industry, but in the end, it's all about helping people. You know, people always say, Chris, how can I be a successful broker? It's two words: hard work and dedication. If you don't like talking to people, you probably shouldn't be in this business.